Oh, you didn't know?
Ocho Cinco, was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
He's gone for the touchdown. Caldwell Pope. How about that one, baby?
It's worse than entertainment today.
How did he win this game?
I hope this is bleach.
Take the hoop out of the playbook, please.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL Weekly Matchup, Week 12. We had a good week of NFL. Some upsets, some surprising games we didn't see coming, like the Bills going down. Some other games, the Falcons not looking too hot. I mean, that's just an embarrassment. I know it was Thursday night a long time ago, but God, was that an embarrassment?
That was a horrible performance by the Falcons. I mean,
Gotcha. Well, it's just me and Josh tonight. Preston had to leave us after the college football show. He had to do a little bit of work because we're doing this on Tuesday night because Monday night everyone was a little busy and getting ready for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there and happy birthday to Bryson. But yeah, Josh, how was your week and how was your week of NFL football?
yeah, man, I didn't get to watch a lot on Sunday. I did watch a little bit Monday night. Yeah, I was out all day Sunday, but I kept up with some of the games because, of course, I got fantasy football teams. And that game between Green Bay and Minnesota, man, that must have been a great one to watch.
I'm very upset because I do play daily fantasy. If you don't know, if you guys did see daily fantasy, and for some reason, I was gonna put Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and Scantling, and Adam Thielen. I had him in, and then the last 5 minutes, I decided to change to the Cowboys, and Cowboys put up a stinker, cost me some money. Pretty upset about that. I could have won a good amount of money if I would have kept what I had, but happens. Hopefully, I'll have a good Thanksgiving in daily fantasy. Thanksgiving, I always do pretty good, but yeah, overall the records we all went the same, 8-7. Everybody went 8-7. I went back and double checked. Some of us started. You guys started out hot. I didn't start out as hot, and then I kind of finished strong to the end. But we all went 8-7. I'm 73-64 overall. Josh is 65-72. Preston 57-68. So Preston's a good bit behind. I still got a good little lead here after a couple of weeks.
You got a 7-game lead?
Yeah. I have a 7-game lead right now. I think it's 7, 8 games, 7 games.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I'll be able to catch up. I don't know.
yeah. I've had a couple good weeks and a couple behind, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about the Falcons on Thursday night. You're a Falcons fan. What is your thoughts on the quarterback? I mean, you had every quarterback come in the game and throw an interception. Your starting quarterback, your backup, Josh Rosen. I don't know how he has a job. That was the worst throw I've ever seen in my life, right to the defender. And then your third string, throwing an interception.
It really doesn't matter who's quarterback for the Falcons right now. They could have Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson hybrid quarterback, put those two quarterbacks together, and he would still get sacked 5 times in a game. The offensive line they're not filling the gaps, and Matt Ryan's got literally 3 seconds to get rid of the ball. And I just don't. I don't know what their problem is. I know that they're definitely in a rebuilding mode, but it may be a long time for the Falcons.
Yeah, and everybody's talking about Matt Ryan. I mean, you give Saints a receiver and give us Matt Ryan, I'll take him. I'm not a fan of Matt Ryan, never have been, but hey, I still think he's all right quarterback. He's better than some of the starting quarterbacks you see out there. So
also, Patterson not playing kind of hurt the game plan.
Yeah,
he was out there, thought he was going to get to play, he didn't get to play. They left him out for precaution. And
then that helps when you got pressure coming at you. You're able to dump it off to players like that. And when you don't have a player like Patterson, I mean that hurts a lot. You got Mike Davis, who's not. Patterson's been a whole lot better than Davis.
Patriots defense is playing lights out right now, and like you said earlier, I mean they're in the catbird seat now thanks to Buffalo losing a couple of games, and the Patriots got to play Buffalo twice in like 3 week span.
Gotcha. Before we get into our picks, we're not going to spend too long on recapping, but because it is Thanksgiving week, everybody's got stuff to do. I'm sure Josh has still got a work tomorrow before the week or the day before Thanksgiving.
I'm
So,
off.
he's off. Okay, he is off tomorrow. Well, I'm off too. So, but either way, we still want to get out here, spend time with family. Not too long. We got stuff to do. Yeah, but what's your thoughts on this Colts and Bills game? I mean, like I said, one of us is probably going to use that as our player of the week. Because Jonathan Taylor absolutely did crazy. But do you think the Colts are for real, or you think the Bills are just falling off? I mean, I'll say my opinion. I mean, I've liked the Colts. I mean, I liked the Colts for a while, but I mean, Carson Wentz only threw for 106 yards. But the Colts overall team. I mean, I think the AFC's not that strong, and they got a good running game. People saying Jonathan Taylor might be, could be the best running back in the league right now with Derrick Henry out. I mean, who knows? The defense played really well. In the Bills, I've never been high on the Bills. I've always been high on the Patriots. I picked the Patriots to win the division. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just not a Bills guy. But I do think the Bills can bounce back. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, they just rode Jonathan Taylor. The Bills couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
And then 2 interceptions thrown by Josh Allen, losing the turnover battle in the NFL. I mean, if you would have told me in week 2 that both of these teams would have the same amount of wins after that game, I mean, that they both have 6 wins. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Bills. I'd like to say that the Colts are putting a lot together. Apparently they do have a good offensive line opening up holes for Jonathan Taylor. And they've kind of always had a good offensive line, even back when Andrew Luck was there.
God, I miss it.
So, yeah, but I mean, the Bills lost to Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago, which is disturbing if you're a Buffalo fan. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I think the Colts. I don't think they're 41-15 better than the Bills. I think it just kind of got out of hand for Buffalo. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Buffalo is in trouble in that division.
Gotcha. Imagine what this Colts team would be like with Andrew Luck. I mean, oh man, it'd be scary. I would love to see Andrew Luck back in the league. I don't think pretty sure he's done, but it was good while he was there.
He's got to be one of the best prospects I ever seen coming out of college playing.
Yeah, I agree. And in the NFL, when I watched him on, I mean, he was really good. Really good in college as well. I don't know why I can't remember. He went to Stanford. That's right. Yep. I was trying to think for a minute. I just had a brain fart.
There's 130 schools you got to try to remember.
Yeah. Other games we had. You mentioned the Vikings and Packers. Vikings pulling out the win barely, which they barely get it. Vikings were, barely won by 3 and won me that game for the pick'em. I was kind of happy about that. Baltimore.
It won me that game too.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think Preston's the only one that picked opposite. Baltimore, backup quarterback Tyler Huntley led them to a game-winning drive against the Bears. Bears play again this Thursday. Andy, not sure if Justin Fields is going to play. He did go out that game. Not 100% sure what the injury was. I didn't watch too much of it.
They got an X-ray. Make sure he doesn't have any cracked ribs or in his sternum. Make sure it's not injured.
Gotcha. Yeah, that may not be good for old Justin Fields coming back this week.
But, yeah, Justin Fields got out of the game, and then Andy Dalton came in and 3 plays had a touchdown.
Yeah, now you know what? I mean, Andy Dalton's a very serviceable quarterback. I mean, I think if he could definitely still easily win over the Lions. I mean, the Lions not that good.
See another Ryan Fitzpatrick that'll play real good for a couple of games, and then throw 3 or 4 interceptions.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he has his moments where he's really good and not that good. Also had the Chiefs game, which everyone thought was going to be a high-powered offense game. Didn't turn out that way. I mean, 19-9, Chiefs won. Cowboys only put up 9 points on that Chiefs defense. I don't know if the Chiefs defense is stepping up or if the Cowboys is just that bad. I don't know. Cowboys are going to have to get something right this week against the Raiders. Raiders, a lot of people saying they gave up. We'll see what happens there, And
Yeah,
Zeke,
I think the Chiefs are figuring it out, man, and I think they're back in the driver's seat
yep.
in that division, and I think they'll definitely make it, uh, to the championship game.
Yeah, and Zeke being down, Zeke might not play, against the Raiders. He's got a little injury, and so does CD Lamb. CD Lamb's hurt a little bit, and Mark Cooper's out with COVID. So I mean, it could be a trouble for Dallas this week against the Raiders. But I agree with you. I think the Chiefs have found it. That's why I said I think them and the Patriots. That's going to be my AFC. I had the Chiefs from the beginning, but I think that's going to be my AFC champion over there. Is going to be the Chiefs or the Patriots, and plus they get Clyde Edwards-Helaire back this week, who did pretty well, 63 yards and a touchdown. But what I was going to say, and hot take for me. I mean, Cowboys. If it's me, I'm rolling with Tony Pollard. I've always liked Tony Pollard. I don't know. I mean, that's just me. I've never, you could use either you could trade.
He's a different type back than Zeke.
Yeah,
I think he has a couple of steps in speed on Zeke.
Yeah. I mean, Zeke, and the thing is, if you put Zeke as the backup, it's not going to work. I mean, Zeke's not the type of guy that's going to be a backup running back, and he shouldn't be a backup running back.
He's going to have to have more touches than Pollard, but yeah. I mean, if you want to rest Zeke, this week would be.
I don't think it's going to hurt much. Yeah,
I don't think you drop off any in production with Pollard.
I don't think so either, and I don't think so either. And I'll tell you right now, if you do, you better play Tony Pollard in fantasy if he does play, because these teams, Raiders and the Cowboys, I believe they're both going to run the football. And just like we predicted, Tampa Bay beating the Giants, beating the crap out of them. And Sunday Night Football, you also had Sunday Night Football, Chargers barely pulling off the win against the Steelers. That was a heck of a game. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into our player of the week this week before we get into our upcoming games. Josh, I know you said you had a player of the week. Who is that?
Oh, it's going to be Kirk Cousins. Hold on just 1 second.
No, you're good.
Because I'm gonna drop D'Ernest Johnson and pick up Pollard because he's a
and honestly, why Josh is doing that, Josh. He gets advice from us from fantasy from time to time because, like I said, Josh he does NFL, but he is a really he gives me experts on college because I don't know about the college game, and I try to help him out with NFL fantasy and stuff.
But I'm picking it up in NFL, and you're picking it up in college.
Yeah.
I'm getting better in the NFL.
Oh yeah, of course. No, of course. We're both getting better. I've watched more college football this week.
I mean, I'm going to go with my player of the week. I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins. 24-35, 341 yards and 3 touchdowns against Green Bay. And honorable mention is the quarterback across from him, Aaron Rodgers, 23 for 33, 385 and 4 touchdowns. But that final drive that Kirk Cousins orchestrated to set his team up.
Yeah, you froze.
For a game-winning field goal, and Rodgers a minute on the clock. If you left Aaron Rodgers a minute on the clock, that might have been too much time. So the way Kirk Cousins orchestrated that final drive was good.
Gotcha. That was funny. Your thing just went like fast forward for a second. I hope that stayed in there. But anyway, it was pretty funny. But no, what I was saying before about Tony Pollard, I was saying even if Zeke doesn't play, and this is for fantasy, I next year, in the NFL, I may even do a fantasy show because we're all big fantasy guys. I may do more of a fantasy thing.
Cool. That'd be cool.
But anyway,
more listeners too.
Yeah. I thought about it, but I just don't have time right now. I thought about doing it on Saturday, like doing a daily fantasy thing. I probably do have time, but I say that. But I used to do it on TikTok, doing picks of fantasy week, but I haven't done it in a little while.
We might can do something like on a Sunday morning. I mean, I don't know what your Sundays are like. You work on Sundays?
No, well, not no more. So yeah, the weekends now I'll be off. So
maybe next year, if you still got Sundays off, we can do like a Sunday morning right up to kickoff.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, that sounds like a real good idea. Clay probably come on for that. So we could probably do something like that. But but what I was saying about Tony Pollard I was saying, if you're a fantasy guy, even if Zeke does play, I mean, I still think Tony Pollard could do work. Me personally. So I mean,
I picked him up just in case Kamara is out. I mean, if Kamara plays, I'm going to start Kamara. Sure.
Yeah. Well, if you need a running back, even if Zeke plays, if you really desperate in a running back, I still think Tony Pollard could get a lot of work there against the Raiders. But, yeah, my player of the week. I didn't give you my player of the week. Obviously, probably everybody's player of the week here. Jonathan Taylor. How do you not go with Jonathan Taylor? 32 touches, 185 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, and he also had a receiving touchdown. 3 receptions, 19 yards. I mean, how do you not go with him? I don't know how you – the passing game only threw for 106 yards. I mean, no one else – he was the whole team. He's pretty much the whole offense. So you have to give it props to him. A game, where I didn't think he was going to do great. I mean, I thought the Bills would, shut him down a little bit. But he proved me wrong. He keeps doing it every week. And honorable mention goes to a backup quarterback here. Kyler Murray. He's been out for a while. And I know the Seahawks suck. But Colt McCoy from Texas. He went for 328 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 35 for 44. Gets the win over the Seahawks. And he doesn't have, DeAndre Hopkins. I mean that's pretty impressive.
You got to give a lot of props to the offensive coordinator and the quarterbacks coach for Arizona for getting a game plan for Colt McCoy for him to go out and execute that game plan, because it's definitely 2 different type of game plans when you got Kyler Murray and Colt McCoy, who's a pocket passer. And
they found their target. They found their target over there, and they found Zach Ertz from the Eagles. He looks like he's making a resurgence. He could even be option for player of the week. He went 8 receptions, 88 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So Zach Ertz, he put up 30 fantasy points. I mean, that's really good for Ertz. He's looking like he is doing great over there in Arizona. But let's go ahead and get into the upcoming games. We do have Thanksgiving games, obviously. Ready for it. I love Thanksgiving football. Usually the last, not last year, but the year before last, I believe, we always saw the Saints Falcons play on Thursday Night Football. One game, if you do go back, if you ever go back on Twitch, I was on Twitch at one time, you will see me be very angry. Josh probably hasn't seen this. I got to show you this. When the Falcons recovered like 2 onside kicks, you will see me yelling the whole entire time. And there's no bleeping out or anything. Clay was there dying laughing, and I was very upset. Even though we blew him out, I was very upset during that game. That was an awesome game, though. That made my nerves very bad. But let's go ahead and talk about this week's Thanksgiving games, and then we'll get into the Sunday game. Thursday games here. We got Bears at the Lions. Bears favored by 3.5. Josh, we'll let you go first, and then I'll go first on the next one. Bears favored by 3.5. Who you going with?
I'm going to go with the Lions. 3.5.
Plus 3.5.
Yeah, plus 3.5. I don't know if Justin Fields is going to play. Don't know how well Andy Dalton can back up some good play. I know that the Bears are tough against the tight end, and Hawkinson for the Lions, he's their main target. But I still look for the Lions to win this game on Thanksgiving. This historical Thanksgiving Day game. They've always played on Thanksgiving.
Gotcha. Tough one for me. 3.5. It's tough. Bears been okay. Andy Dalton may play. Never been a big fan of Andy Dalton, but he's a serviceable quarterback. Receiver, I don't know if Allen Robinson's going to be there. I like DeAndre Swift. The problem is the Lions. I mean, I don't know who's starting at quarterback. It might still be Tim Bull. So Jared Goff has been out. I am going to go with – I'll be different with you. As much as I want to take the Lions, I'm going to take the Bears minus 3.5. You might get a game on me there. I think that game could be close, but I'm going to take the Bears.
Are the Bears going to be able to stop DeAndre Swift from running?
Well, I could ask the same question on the other side. Are Detroit going to be able to stop David Montgomery?
Yeah.
I mean, so, even though DeAndre Swift, I think both of them could have a big game.
Well, whichever team can establish the run game the best and work off play action.
Yeah, that's what worries me. I think this could be a low-scoring game, and it could be, right at about 3 is whoever's going to win.
10 or something like that, 16-13.
Yeah, it could be a low-scoring game, but usually when I say that, the final score is going to be 41-42 or something, So anyway, next game, the 4:00 game on Thursday. Raiders at the Cowboys. Cowboys favored by a whopping 7.5. Even though the Raiders haven't looked good, Cowboys haven't. They've been up and down. Cowboys still favored by 7.5. A little beat up. I'll go first. I'm going to take the Raiders. I just don't think the Cowboys should be favored by 7.5 right now. I mean, Cowboys could definitely bounce back and win this game by more. They definitely should bounce back and win this game. Blow them out. And the Raiders, they a lot of people say they've given up, but I still think they have a pretty good team, pretty good offense. You never know. Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. I'm not rooting for the Cowboys, and I expect Darren Waller to have a big day. I'm a fan of the receiving core and Hunter Renfrow and Edwards over there, and if Darren Carr can get stuff done, but we'll see. This can, this could be a running game. I know I was listening to something earlier. They were saying, they expect both of these teams to run the ball. Josh Jacobs and I'm guessing Jacobs is not.
Yeah.
I know he's not banged up anymore. And then you got the Cowboys, you got Zeke and Pollard. So, but I'm going to take the Raiders. I think, like I said, I think Darren Waller's going to have a pretty good game. Who you going with?
All right. So I'm pulling for the Raiders. I like the Raiders, but my gut instinct's telling me the Cowboys will bounce back, and it's in their stadium. So on Thanksgiving, all eyes on me type game. I think the Cowboys bounce back pretty big. I think they'll win by 10.
God, I hope they ruin America's Thanksgiving, America's team. They ain't no damn America's team.
No, they're not America's team. You know who America's team is?
Patriots.
The Patriots.
Yeah. Yep, and they're proving it too. No, but everybody, they have to be American. Everybody and their mom is a Dallas Cowboys fan. That's why I hate them.
America's team.
So they're America's team.
He's so sick all them years, America's team.
Oh, God. Anyway, next game. Bills. This is a night game for Thursday night. Bills at the Saints. Bills favored by 4.5. I'm guessing we're still going to start Trevor Siemian. I don't know. I'd like to see what Taysom Hill can do in there, but, this will be, I'm going to be back to watching all the NFL games because I haven't been able to catch up all of them. I had to go back and rewatch some of them, rewatch the highlights, rewatch some of them. I've been working on Sundays, but I will be watching pretty much all the games from now on. But, yeah, who went first in the last one? I did. So, yeah, who you going with in this one? Bills favored by 4.5.
Oh, man, the way the Bills have been playing, I'm gonna go with the Saints plus 4.5. Even if Kamara doesn't play, Ingram's starting to play really well right now. So I'm gonna go with the Saints plus 4.5.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. And one thing, the defense. I like the defense, but the Bills really need to bounce back. They need it bad. They really need to bounce back. Only reason I'm going to agree with you, take the Saints at home, and they have Sean Payton as their head coach. And I expect Sean Payton, to give Josh Allen some fits and, maybe cause a couple turnovers. Yeah, I just like, I don't know. I think the Saints could win this outright, or they could even get blown out by 20 points. I mean, who knows? I really don't know. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the quarterback, Trevor Siemian. He's all right, but I wish we had somebody else. I wish we would have drafted Mac Jones. Really do. I loved Mac Jones before the draft, and I wanted him anyway. But I'm going to take I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take the Saints. Sunday game. This is a good one. First 1:00 game. Bucks at the Colts. Bucks favored by 3.5. Colts are at home here. Bucks need, this is where the Bucks are going to start needing to win games here. Colts have looked good, but, Bucks struggle through the air. I think their defense struggles a little bit more through the air. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I think this is where the Bucks start getting everything going. I'm going to take Tampa Bay minus 3.5. Even though the Colts could definitely win this game at home, but I'm going to I think Tom Brady and the Buccaneers get stuff going right here. Who you got?
I'm going to go with you there. And I watched that game with the Giants, the Bucs and Giants, and I really wasn't impressed too much with Tampa Bay. I know they won by 20, but I haven't been too impressed with Tampa Bay the past few weeks. This is where I think they try to get it turned around. Gronk's coming back. I mean, he's been back, but I think he'll get some good targets. And you got Mike Evans. I think Antonio Brown probably still be out. Jason Pierre-Paul is nursing an injury, but he's still playing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's big time for that up front defense for the Bucs. And so I'm going to go with the Bucs here, and the Colts come back down to reality.
Yeah, and they've lost. I don't know how long he's out. I forgot. I don't know if you know Vita Vea for defensive tackle.
Yeah, he's like the best one they got.
Is he out for the season, or how long is he out? Do you know?
He's not out for the season.
Or no, he was going to play. He actually was going to play Monday night, but they didn't let him.
But I think he's out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean that dude. That dude's a beast. I mean, he might be the best defensive tackle in football. So once they get him back, it'll be even better. But Gronkowski looked good the other night, and that's Tom Brady's favorite target. So yeah, I expect him to do pretty well. Lead me to a fantasy championship, hopefully. Next game, Jets at the Texans. Texans favored by 2.5 with Tyrod Taylor. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Texans, and I know that Zach Wilson's coming back for the Jets, but I'm going to take the Texans minus the 2.5. I haven't been impressed with Zach Wilson at all when he was playing. He's coming back. The Jets just aren't very good. The Texans are a little bit better, I believe, and I think they'll win.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you. I like Tyrod. I've always liked Tyrod Taylor. And the Texans are at home, 2.5. That's not that many points. So, yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I mean, this game could go either way. Jets could get something going, but why would they want to get something going? I mean, probably want to lose, to be honest. But anyway, give me the Texans minus 2.5 at home. Next game, little rivalry game here. Eagles at the Giants. Eagles favored by 3.5. Eagles have looked good lately. Jalen Hurts has looked good lately. Giants, not so much. Daniel Jones looked like one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL the other night. Was really hoping they would play Mike Glennon a little bit. Once again, I know, Josh, you don't get in the daily fantasy world, but, for some reason, I had a pretty good team in daily fantasy. I played the showdown on Monday night.
On
FanDuel, and I decided to put Mike Glennon at not at the captain, Mike Glennon in one of my lineups just in case towards the end of the game. And I was down 5 points. If Mike Glennon would have came in and maybe threw for 50 yards, I might have won. $50,000. Who knows?
That in daily fantasy, that's how you win big. Is you got to go off the chart with somebody who may come in the game early in the fourth quarter when the game's out of hand. Yep. But usually they're also playing with the 2s and 3s as well, and sometimes backups doesn't look good, and they're just out there to hand the ball off.
And no, they keep Daniel Jones in, who looked terrible all game. Just nope, they don't even give nobody else a chance. Daniel Jones. Just keep him getting sacked. I mean, I didn't understand it.
Well, he didn't have much time back there. I don't think Glennon had much time either.
Yeah, but I mean, you want to see somebody different, and you don't want Daniel Jones to get hurt towards the end of the game, So
you went with the Eagles?
No, I did not pick. I was thinking Giants at home. Eagles have looked good. This is a really tough game for me. I'm sorry.
That half a point right there is what makes it interesting with these picks.
Give me the Giants to bounce back. Taking New York. Who are you going with?
Well, I do like Kadarius Toney, and I think he has potential. Like they were saying last night, I think he has potential to be a real star in this league. I don't know if I like him too much as a person, but he's a great player. But I think the Eagles defense is just as good as the Tampa Bay defense, to tell you the truth. Eagles defense is what really keeps them in games. I don't know if the Giants are going to be able to contain the running back for the I call him the running back, but he's actually the quarterback for the Eagles. But Jalen Hurts, he runs a lot, and I don't know if they'll be able to contain him. And I'm going to take the Eagles minus 3.5 to win in New York.
Gotcha. Yeah, that game could definitely go either way. Let's go with the next game. Panthers at the Dolphins. Cam Newton over there for the Panthers. They just come off a loss against Washington. Close game over there. He still played well, but Dolphins, I think they're on like a 3 or 4 game winning streak. Josh, who you got in this one?
What's the line?
Carolina minus 2.5.
Yes. Give me Miami plus the 2.5. I think Miami's playing real good. I think Tua's finding his groove. You know, I think he'll be able to hit Gesicki and Waddle. And I don't know what's up with Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
I think he's probably still out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miami's defense is good, is real good, and I like Miami in this game.
Yeah, this game could go either way for me. Again, I like Carolina, like Newton, but Dolphins at home. Dolphins been playing well. I'm higher on Tua than most people if he stays healthy. Give me the Dolphins as well. I'm going to take the Dolphins at home plus 2.5. Titans at the Patriots. Patriots have been dominant. Titans coming off a loss against the Texans, but looked good before that. Patriots minus 5.5.
Who are they playing?
The Titans.
Titans.
I'm going to go first since you went first in the last one. I don't know why. I just don't know. Titans haven't looked good, but some reason, if you look at it, Titans have played good against the good teams and played very bad against the bad teams. So, this is due for the Titans upset, but Patriots are hot, man. They're at home, and I'm taking the Patriots to dominate again, minus 5.5. Who you going with?
I'm going to go with you there. I'm going to take the Pats minus the 5.5. I think if the Titans had Derrick Henry, and I think the line would probably be 3. So I'm going to take the Pats by a touchdown.
Yeah, and Ryan Tannehill, I believe, has been the most. He's been turning over the ball the most in the NFL, I believe, if I heard that right. So that's not good facing against the Patriots. Here we go. Next game, another rivalry game. Steelers at the Bengals. Bengals favored by 3.5. Who you going with this one? Who are you going with in this one, Josh?
This is the hardest pick, I think, of the week. Steelers at the Bengals.
Yes, sir. Bengals minus 3.5.
I'm going to go with the Steelers plus the 3. I think Najee Harris will have a good day. Plus 3. I think the Steelers will pick off Joe Burrow a couple of times and change momentum in that game. So I'm going to go with the Steelers plus the 3.5.
Gotcha. Yeah, tough game for me. Bengals at home. I like the Bengals. I've liked the Bengals this season. Rivalry game, though. Steelers need the win. They want to stay, in somewhat.
Hey, have the Steelers, they haven't lost a game in like 6 games. They had a tie, but I don't think they've lost a game.
Well, they lost to the Chargers on Sunday night.
Yeah, that was the first loss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But where are the Steelers at in the rankings? Hold on, while I'm looking this up, I was just thinking. I'm trying to think, before I make my pick here. I think I'm going to go with the Steelers as well. Let's see. Pittsburgh has. Yeah, so they already lost to the Bengals this season. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh as well. So Pittsburgh is 5-4. So yeah, they definitely need to win. 5-4-1. They need to win to get ahead of the Bengals. Well, they'll be tied with the Bengals. Bengals will have the tiebreaker, but they definitely need this win if they want to stay in it. So I'm going to take the Steelers plus 3.5. Next game. This is kind of funny here. I like this line here. I think it's hilarious. Falcons at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Atlanta favored by 1.5.
Oh,
I just think that's hilarious.
Well, sometimes Atlanta comes out and plays like they're a 10-win team.
Yeah, one and a
Sometimes
half.
they come out and play like they're a 3-win team.
God, I think I go first, don't I? Or you go?
You do.
Jaguars at home. Battle for the first overall. One of the top picks here. Probably not the first overall. Falcons won't have first overall. God, it's pretty tough for me. I know, I can't do it. Give me Atlanta. Give me the Falcons minus 1.5.
Yeah, I think Patterson's coming back. I'm going to go with the Falcons minus 1.5.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was kind of tough for me. I don't know. The Giants play. I mean, the Jacksonville played well a couple games, So I kind of wanted to take Jacksonville, but I couldn't do it. And I'm writing down my picks here just so I have them. Next game, Chargers at the Broncos. Another rivalry game here. Chargers favored by 3.5. Chargers, one of those teams that have been up and down. Who you got in this one?
I'm going to go with the Chargers minus the 3.5. I think their running back Eckler is he's real good, man, and I think that'd be too much for the Broncos defense.
Yeah, he's been playing really well. I mean, no matter what matchup he goes against, I mean, they've been dumping it off to him a lot, but I'm waiting for him. I really want to see what they can do when they let Herbert, who I think is a top quarterback in the NFL, throw it downfield a little bit more. I think they're kind of holding him back a little bit. Me personally, with all these defensive coaches, I think they're holding him back a little bit. I didn't give you my pick. I'm going to take the I'm going to take the Broncos at home. Rivalry game. I'm going to take the Broncos at home plus 3.5. So, I thought about it. But give me the Broncos. Next game, Rams at the Packers. Real good game here. Packers favored by 1.5. I believe this is a 4:00 game. Yeah, it is. Who you got? Or no, I go first. I'm taking the Rams. So give me the Rams. I just Packers have looked good, but Rams need to bounce back here. They have to bounce back here. So I'm taking the Rams to bounce back. Odell gets a week of practice. Not a fan of Odell. I hate Odell, but does get a week of practice. Still very very talented. Still got Cooper Kupp. Still got a good offense. Still got a great defense. Packers probably still without Aaron Jones. I'm not 100% yet. Still got another running back that's still pretty good, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see if the Packers are still for real after this game. But give me the Rams plus 1.5. I think it's going to be a very good ball game, though.
All right, I'm going to go with the Packers plus 1.5. I think Aaron Rodgers is a little upset about that loss to Minnesota, that big rivalry game there. I think he's going to come out and air it out, and I think they're going to pull off the upset there against the Rams.
Gotcha. Yeah, they definitely could use this win. I don't know, but I just think the Rams need it even more, really. Give me the next game, excuse me. Vikings at 49ers. Another good ball game here. This could be a battle of the wild card here. Minus 3.5 for the 49ers. Ooh, Vikings coming off a win, and it's going to be minus 3.5 for the 49ers. Josh, who you going with in this one?
Yeah, man, I'm going with Kirk Cousins and company. Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson. I think they'll be able to expose a little bit of that 49ers defense, and I'm going to go with the Vikings plus 3.5.
I agree with you. That young defense over there in the 49ers, they looked good last time they played, though. Looked great against the Rams. Kind of surprised me, But I think everybody's going to be high on the 49ers. Vikings have a lot of talent on the offense. Maybe it doesn't look so at times. They don't look great at times, but, I mean, they have a lot of talent in Jefferson and Thielen and Dalvin Cook. Really on paper, they have one of the best offensive in the NFL. And Kirk Cousins, I believe, has only thrown one interception this year. So,
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, could be wrong on that. I think I saw it the other day. He's actually playing really well. Give me the Vikings plus 3.5 and maybe outright win here. Next game, Browns at the Ravens. Ravens minus 4.5. No word on Lamar Jackson. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to look. This is a Sunday night football game, I believe.
He said he felt good. I got it right here.
Either way, I think, God, Sunday night football. You know, I think I'm going to still go with the Ravens. Either way, minus 4.5. It's a rivalry game. I'm thinking to see if I still want to go with the Ravens. God, I hate the Ravens. I'm never a big fan of them. Baker Mayfield has been so beat up, man. So beat up. Haven't looked good. This game, I mean, both teams have not looked great these past few weeks, been being hurt and stuff and people being out. Give me the Browns, actually. I'm taking the Browns. Too many points. Give me the Browns plus 4.5. Who are you going with?
I'm going to go with the Ravens minus 4.5. Got to gain some ground. I think Lamar Jackson will play. Yeah, I think the Ravens are going to.
Yeah, I mean that's big, and I don't know, Marquise Brown. I'm not sure the word on him. If he's back, that's another target for Lamar, and that's a big piece, two big pieces for him. That's been really good this season. Marquise Brown, has been great if he could catch the ball.
Well, they call
step up.
Lamar Jackson's situation an illness, and it's not COVID. So, I mean, how sick can you be?
I don't know. I saw a video. Well, I didn't see the video. I heard about a video. They said he looked like he was running to the bathroom again, like pregame before the last game. So they had a video of him running. It looked like he was running to the bathroom, so he may have had
He needs some Atlanta or something.
Yeah, maybe he had the bubble guts again like he did in that one game when he came back and won.
Go get your stomach pumped Saturday night.
He'll be back, I'm sure. I forgot.
Monday morning.
Yeah, I forgot that was the injury. I'm sure he'll be back then. I wouldn't know why not. But either way, I don't know. It's a rivalry game. Browns haven't looked good. Baker's looked hurt. He's looked terrible. But I don't know. I'm still going to take the Browns. Next game. Team that hasn't looked good at all. Seahawks. Russell Wilson, will he be out after this season? Come to New Orleans, Russell. Please, God. Please come to New Orleans. I would love it. At Washington. Washington favored by 1.5. Is it my pick or yours? I don't know.
It's my pick.
Who are you going with?
Man, it's hard. It's hard. I guess Carson is out for the year with this neck injury.
Yeah, it's they haven't really. I know he's on IR. I'm pretty sure still, so I wouldn't bank on him playing for a while.
Washington's been looking pretty good. What's that? Heineke is their quarterback.
Yeah, and Seattle's defense hasn't been too hot, but Russell Wilson, maybe he's able to step up here. This is a really tough game for me. I mean, I don't know.
And I mean, Washington's defense is pretty good.
And I'll tell you right now, hold on, I was going to tell you something. Washington, 4-6. So, I mean, they're not out of it yet. They still need a win. 5-6 from the Eagles, 7-3 from the Cowboys. If the Cowboys lose this week, and they possibly could lose next week against the Saints. I mean, it's a possibility. They're still in it, and the Eagles, could fall off. So they're definitely still in the playoff race.
Yeah, man, give me the football team here minus 1.5.
Yeah,
it's in DC.
Yes, it is in DC.
Yeah.
DC. Seahawks haven't looked good. Seahawks don't have much talent. It's Russell Wilson on Monday Night Football, though. DK Metcalf. They have to get up for playing this game. They're only 3-7. I'm going the opposite of you just because, Russell, they haven't looked great. The offense is.
Hold on. The Seahawks record is 3-7?
Yes. Seahawks are 3-7.
I would never guessed that coming into the season.
Yeah, But if you look at it last year, they didn't have on paper, they really, besides, names people know. People that, made name for themselves.
Is Pete Carroll's job safe out there? if they come out next year with the same type of performances?
I don't know. I never thought about that.
Would he be willing to take one of these?
I could see if they I could definitely see if they lose this game somehow. I wouldn't be shocked if he somehow gets fired. Maybe he could go to college, back to college.
Now, I would love to see him come back, come to LSU, or come. I think Florida's got their coach figured out already.
How old is Pete Carroll?
I don't know. I think he's probably up there, maybe a little bit younger than Nick Saban. He's probably
could just retire too.
Yeah, he does have goals.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to take Seattle, even though they haven't looked great. Russell Wilson, Monday Night Football, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. I just think they got enough offensive talent. Even though the Washington's looked better on the defensive side of the ball these last few weeks, they haven't looked good early in the season, but they look better these past few weeks against. They played Carolina and some other teams, and Heineke, playing real well. But I'm going to go different than you. I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks plus 1.5.
All right.
I think that is about it for this week. I know we talked for a little while. I was trying to figure out what picks I want to make. But, yeah, I think that's it. So appreciate everybody watching.
I'm watching number 1 versus number 2 here in college basketball.
Oh, really? Who's playing? Gonzaga and who?
Gonzaga and UCLA, and Gonzaga is up 33-14 in the first with 6 minutes to go.
A lot of people liking Gonzaga again. So I don't get into
UCLA's on a little run right here. It was like 33-10. I guess they're on a 4-0 run. But anyway, I
love college basketball when it gets down to March Madness. I don't get into much of it till then. I don't know. But
I just turned it on because it's 1 versus 2, and I'm sitting in here. So
gotcha. Yeah, I might turn it on in a minute. But hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. We'll be watching some football and eating some food. Appreciate everybody watching. Peace.